retrorides.com.au. All your favourite classic, collector and performance rides in one place. Buy, sell and watch your dream car today.
Well, g'day everyone and welcome to episode 12 of the Retro Rides podcast. I guess you could technically call this season 2, Rich.
Season 2 it is.
Season 2 it is. All right, man, a few words. Rich Fowler, good to have you back, mate.
Nice to be here, Cam. I've been chomping at the bit to talk classics and it's been a while.
Yeah, and mate, there's a lot coming up. So first of all, guys, a bit of a shameless plug, but an important thing we need to talk about. And I'm reminded because I was out at Eastern Creek a couple of weeks ago with that Greens Tough Wet Paint Falcon, which is a story you can see on the website.
Yeah, great video about the rebirth of that car.
That was cool a legendary moment in 1983, and poor old Dick Johnson went sort of bushwalking, I suppose, at the top of the mountain and...
put into the trees.
And his team and some volunteers and some guys from the local TAFE, as they did back in the day, spent some time rebuilding that car overnight. And we've got a good story and a good video on the website if you want to jump on and have a look at that. But that leads me in to the big Bathurst breakfast, which we're bringing Bathurst to Sydney, folks.
Bringing Bathurst to Sydney, that's right. We decided we can't make it up there this year, so we thought we'd bring Bathurst back to Sydney. So we're going to have an event at the Shannon Showroom. Artarmon here in Sydney. We're going to bring a bunch of cars together, actual Bathurst races, some podium finishing cars, various things from the decades.
Yep, some really cool cars. It's Saturday, October 11. You can go to our website. We'll find it on Human Ticks. We've got a few tickets left at this stage. But the format is you sit down, you're having a nice breakfast, a fully cooked breakfast, plenty of coffee, all the things you love, and between 8 and 10:30, Michael Stahl, one of our legendary journos, will be on stage with 3 Bathurst legends that cover the full sort of, I guess, gamut of Bathurst. From the privateer, Mel Rose.
Mel Rose finished in the top 10 back in 1998. And also had about 20 starts. And
in his VR Commodore, I think.
Yeah, he had a rough introduction which to Bathurst back in 1986 with Mike Bergman. And we've got Cam McConville, 22 Bathurst starts from Cameron. A couple of podiums and debuted with Dickie Johnson, I think.
Race with Craig Lowndes.
Yeah,
really was part of the HRT team, I think, at one point. So, really a big career there of 22. And, of course, the legendary Kevin Bartlett.
Yeah, Kevin Bartlett, who obviously won the event in 1974 in a Ford and was famous for also rolling his Channel 9 sponsored Mustang in the early 80s. So it'd be interesting to hear from KB. Some of his stories.
And I'm lucky enough, I've been talking to these guys on the phone and they're really pumped and we're looking forward to a great day. We've got prizes from Bowden's, support from Shannon's. The guys from Muscle Car Stables, Chester and his team are bringing some cars. We've
got Kodiak, who's sponsoring us with some of their cool boxes, the new modern cool boxes.
So plenty of prizes to give away, some great goodie bags to take away and a fabulous morning. So head on over to the Retro Rides website and have a look for the big Bathurst breakfast, or you can find more links on our socials, particularly on our Facebook page. So there you go.
Right.
That's the shameless plug. But a big show coming up today. We've got a chat with Alistair McRae, the brother of the late Colin McRae, and obviously from the McRae family.
Jimmy, he's the dad, the rallying family.
Jimmy was a bit of a legend as well, and now his son Max is driving as well. And we caught up with Alistair earlier this year, and we're going to have a chat with him. And of course, plenty of other stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the market, talk about some of the interesting international and local sales that have been going on, and we'll talk about some of our adventures as well, Cam.
There has been some interesting sales, so I guess maybe we talk about that now with Hammer Time.
Hammer Time.
Well, welcome back, everyone. It's Hammer Time. It's our favourite time, Hammer Time.
It is.
It's a good time.
It is a great time. It's when we look through the classifieds. Well, obviously now we have our own classified offer, our curated classifieds. We'll start with a look at some of the cars that are on there, and then we'll talk about the wider market, the global the global auction
Global
market.
auctions, a lot going on. We've just come out of Pebble Beach, obviously, the big Monterey Car Week. So there's been a lot of activity out there. We've seen some cars in Australia sell for pretty reasonable money, although a bit of a slower market overall. But yeah, we've got the Retro Rides Classifieds, curated classifieds going now. You can advertise your car from as little as $60. You can verify your ID. You can request that buyers verify their ID as well. It's all free, that service, and it helps you, I guess, understand who you're dealing with. There's a $300 package there as well, which is the boosted package. And what that is our team go and specifically market that car to the appropriate audience on other external digital channels. So that's social media and all the rest of it. So, yeah, we're having a lot of success. We've sold some cars. We sold a great little Safari Valiant wagon in a couple of weeks. A Queensland car, sold a John Goss Special in 5 days. So stuff's really starting to move through there, which is promising. And we've got this Triumph GT6 Mark III.
Yes, a little British sports car.
Yeah.
In its original red paint and its little 13-inch wheels, complete with its 2-litre overhead cam engine, all in
straight six,
shiny chrome.
Really small straight six.
Yeah, really small straight six, 4-speed with the electronic overdrive on top. It's got
very
its
James Bond
walnut veneer dash.
Yeah.
Pretty cool little classic if you want something a little bit different.
98,000 mile original car.
Yeah, it's got some service history, and it's up in Queensland. So anyone looking to buy that car,
and Rich, I think that car is about 55k, the asking price. So
yeah, which is a great price for getting into the market. Something interesting. Obviously, there were a lot of TR6s, but this is the GT6, so it has the swoopier body. A rarer machine, originally British car. So yeah, fun machine for someone to get into.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's had a lot of interest, a lot of traffic, a lot of people looking at that car. So yeah, hopefully that gets sold soon. Now, a little bit closer to home in terms of its origins, a VL Commodore. Now, this is by a guy who lives in Gloucester in New South Wales and has done what could only be described as probably the best restoration of a V8 Commodore Bellina ever done in Australia, hence the asking price of $100,000. But I would encourage you, before the naysayers sort of get a bit negative, to jump on the website, have a look at the detail in this car.
Yeah, look, if you've got 100k and you're totally fucking crackers, this is the car for you.
No, it really is. The effort in this car and the attention to detail is incredible. And I know the owner is actually, since he's published it, he's had people contacting him saying, "Can you do what you've done to this to my car?" Because it's that much. It's that incredible what he's done to it. So
and that particular VL Bellina cam, any famous people drive it?
No, not that I know of.
It's an interesting choice, is where I'm.
Well,
headed.
yeah, I know, but it's mate, it's guys love these VLs, and so the other thing about the VL in a V8, it's a rare car. They were all that 3-litre Nissan engine, the majority of them, and they had the turbo as well. But the V8, bit of a crowd pleaser, and this thing is. Just check out the pictures, guys.
Delightful.
It's really something, in the grey velour interior, but it's a full nut and bolt restoration. Now, one of the things we like to talk about in Hammer Time, Rich, is what's going on in the world of auctions. Closer to home, north of the border, we had a Chev pickup with an LSA engine conversion, 6.2 litre V8, 6-speed auto, sell for $525,000.
Yes, plenty of drug money in Queensland at the moment, Cameron.
Yeah, well, a pretty amazing result, but seriously, a pretty incredible result.
Yeah, I mean that's.
You make me nervous when you start talking like that about. I know people at home may find it funny. I just don't want to get sued, but it's all good. It was Rich Fowler, ladies and gentlemen. I have no association with Rich Fowler.
Yeah, I mean, it's not your average. I mean, it's a big money for a big truck, let's just say.
Big money indeed. Mate, and then, of course, that brings us to, I guess,
Oh,
What's going on?
The Mansour OJ collection, speaking of drug money.
Well, that's true.
You know, the king of it in the Middle East there.
Yeah, the Tag Heuer king.
Yes, so Mansour OJ passed away a few years ago. His collection has remained in the Middle East until very recently, where Tom Hartley's mob assembled a collection of 20 cars, all in OJ orange.
All McLaren?
All McLarens, P1s, F1s, Sennas, Elvas, special editions, and every car was the last of its kind.
The last of its kind.
The last of its kind. He wanted the very end of the model runs,
So he got the very last number of every one of these McLarens, and the thinking behind that, I read, was that he felt that all the bugs had been ironed out by that stage, and they were all painted in this bespoke colour for him.
Yes.
So no idea of what that sold for. That's all been
apparently a single buyer,
Yeah.
and that single buyer also apparently snapped up the McLaren F1 that was in Australia as well for around. They're talking, 20 to 30 million Aussie that car went for.
Yeah, and that was formerly owned by
the Wills family.
The Wills family.
Famous for the farm, which is now 70 North.
Yeah, so the farm, as some of you may know, near Gosford in New South Wales, Rich and I have had plenty of good days at the farm.
Oh.
Sideways, all good.
All good. Well, of course, that Wills McLaren was famously crashed by a mechanic at the dealer here in Sydney, and it was sent back to McLaren in the UK to be rebuilt, and it had another accident. So it's had a well-known history, and just shows that I guess if McLaren put your car back together, they're still valuable, even though they've been crashed.
Even though they've been crashed, but
we had
some interesting data coming out of the Monterey Car Week.
Yeah, Monterey, I guess, is slightly old news now, but obviously it's the big US week of the year where all the cars get sold. I think they had 1,061 cars across all the auction companies sell or be offered for auction at Monterey. I might point out that's only 1% of the entire global auction market that week, but it is a very big week. What we've discovered, some of the feedback was that sort of the pre-1960s cars.
Tough market.
Tough market for them. A lot of them not reaching their estimates, and the sell-through rates are a bit low. But the opposite happening, the post-70s and particularly the 80s and 90s cars were really attractive and got good prices, and the very latest hypercars as well. The most expensive car sold that week was a Ferrari Daytona SP, one of one with a special paint job. Went for the mid $20 million or $30 million US. I have to check. But a really interesting sort of shift happening there.
And at the more realistic end of the market, I was reading also today about BMW. So what we're seeing now with BMW are the last of those, they're calling them the analogue cars. So, your E39 M5s, your E46 M3s, those cars are really starting to climb in value. But once you get past into that new electronic modern era, the wheels are coming off, so to speak.
Well, as we all know, modern cars are just shite, aren't they, from a
driver's perspective a lot of the time.
Every button beeps, the door opens, it beeps, you go too fast, it beeps, you go too slow, it beeps, you move into a lane, it beeps. Get yourself a nice analogue BMW from back in the day, even an automatic cam, and cruise around in style with some pace and some luxury, and have a bit of fun as well.
Yeah, totally. But some amazing results out of Monterey, and it's a terrific week if you ever get the chance to get over there. I'm lucky enough to have been a couple of times.
Oh, you've been a couple of times?
It's a good thing to do.
What was your favourite of the Monterey events?
The Quail is a really cool day.
Quail's a great show.
It's a great day, and getting in there is a bit tough, but it's a great day.
How did you blug your way in?
Bludged my way in with a bit of media rubbish back in the day. But the other great thing to do is the day of the Pebble Beach Concours is you force yourself to get up early, get up there at sunrise, and you watch all the cars drive on before they take position. They all drive in with their owners at sunrise, and it's a really cool parade as well. So then you've got to hang around for the whole day, but fortunately they do sell beer. So, yeah.
It's been known as a reasonably stuffy event, but I understand that they're doing quite a good job of keeping the youngsters, keeping some of the more modern cars in, and it's a really good, good mix.
It's certainly, that particular day is certainly a, I guess you could call it a stuffy event. It's a concours event,
at the end of the day.
But yeah, it's a fun day, and a lot of celebrities there if you're into that. A lot of really cool cars. I mean, the amazing thing about getting there early and watching the people get ready for a concours at that level is they are literally on the ground cleaning the grooves in the tyres with toothbrushes and getting it ready to be displayed. It is like nothing that you really see anywhere else. It's something pretty special. But
good stuff.
There you go. All right, folks, that's
news
Hammer time.
Camo.
It's time for the news. It's time for the news. All right.
Well, newsworthy stuff on the website this week, Cam.
Yes. Mini, 66
famous
years.
Mini is 66. I don't know why we're celebrating a 66th birthday, but we shall.
I don't know. It's funny that I guess this comes. Well, it's not funny, but I was following one of the very new Minis the other day, and they've grown into quite a large car, and they've got 4 doors, and they're like a little wagon, and I just thought, what a boring looking thing, and it's got these tail lights that go like this, and I thought,
like the Union Jacks.
They've really buggered that up, right?
Oh, see, I do get your point. What I think is interesting is that the new Mini, since it came out, which must be like 20 years ago now, everyone loved it. Looked cool.
Well, they were, yeah.
Looked cool. Journalists liked them, but they hasn't really taken off into like a young collector car or anybody doing cool mods on them or driving around in the original convertibles.
A mate of mine, Paulie McDonald, had one of those with the supercharged motor in it, the Cooper S, when it first, and with the Union Jack on the roof. And I drove it across Anzac Bridge one day, taking it for a test drive with him, and I think I scared him to death. But they were like a go-kart, mate. They were a fabulous little thing.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got a Cooper S, yeah. A little 4-door one.
Right.
2017 model.
Oh, well, see, I'm not into that.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't fit in the fucking thing. But it's my wife's car.
Oh, is it?
So
it's a ladies' car.
It's a ladies'
Yeah,
well, this is the point, isn't it, really? It's failed to grip us, the car enthusiast.
Look, I think they brought out that updated model in 2000 and whatever it was. Cool car. All the young girls wanted them, even the young guys. They were a little rocket ship, but the newer ones, going to 4 doors, they've become big. They're like a Kia.
You can get a Countryman, which is based on the X3.
Well, they're like a Kia. Like, they're too big. Let's make them small again and fast and
small.
2-door.
They're tiny.
No, they're not. Small, fast, 2-door, like a real Mini, and they'll sell like hotcakes, and they'll go like...
I'm surprised they haven't done more with the brand, given what it is.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So 66th birthday Mini, sort your lives out.
Yeah.
Maybe
go on to Retro Rides and read that story.
Maybe do a Jaguar or something. What other interesting things have we got on the website this week? Starley's got a story on...
The rear view.
On one of the most fantastic Australian cars ever made.
The E49 Charger.
E49 Charger. Hardly anything's been written about this car, apparently.
Well, what I love about this car is, and I read his article and learn a few things, which is always good. I didn't realise that prior to this particular model, Charger were only running a 3-speed manual, so they weren't very competitive. They obviously had this sort of pseudo Hemi that they'd leveraged out of the US as well to run here and do some racing with, which wasn't a real Hemi, but then they went with this particular car. They went into a 4-speed. They did some other work. It was a 0 to 100 in about 6.1 second car.
Yeah.
And it was actually faster than a GTHO Phase 3 from my memory of the article. So
I'm pretty sure it had 4-wheel drum brakes as well to stop it.
Probably, which would be a little risky, but
they weren't great at stopping. Because why has this car failed to attract the same attention as the Fords and Holdens of the same era, do you think? It seems to be that the third car out, because it doesn't have a successful racing history?
Potentially. I mean, Valiant always were a third act, right? They were the poor cousin to particularly the Holdens, but also the Fords. I mean, Holden was very dominant in that era. But I think that particular car, if you look at it, guys, jump on the website, have a look. I think it's a great looking car.
Very attractive car.
It's a sort of that burnt orange, the RT stripes at the rear. Anyway, Starley's done a really good yarn on that, and I think they're a cool thing.
Yep, and we've got an interesting buyer's guide on the site this week as well. 993 Porsches.
Yep.
Obviously, they were the last of the water-cooled model before the 996 came out, becoming more and more collectible. So worth going onto the website and having a check out of that if you're interested in
Porsche.
In Porsche,
and there are a few Porsches for sale in the classifieds as well. But yeah, that's a good buyer's guide on the 993. And I think there's another one coming pretty soon on the 996, I think, as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, okay, fantastic. All right, but that's the news. Now we've got a chat with someone we caught up with earlier in the year, and we talked about him a bit at the start of the show, Alistair McRae from the McRae family. His brother, of course, was Colin McRae, tragically passed away in that helicopter crash some years ago. But also his dad was a legend.
His dad was the British rally champion as well.
Absolutely, Jimmy. Yep. And now Colin's son Max is driving.
Alistair's son Max.
Sorry, Alistair's son Max, of course. And I caught up with Alistair in Adelaide earlier this year, and we just had a chat about all things racing. He was on two wheels that weekend. Also about the 22B and something special of Colin's that he's got at home in the garage back in Scotland as well.
Can't wait to see it.
Well, with me this afternoon is a legend, not of two wheels, but maybe of four. Alistair McRae, welcome to Retro Rides. Great to have you here and see you in Adelaide.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here. I think we were saying earlier, I've been a few times now. It gets bigger, there gets more people here. She's a hot one this weekend, but it's great to be back.
And mate, you're in the leather gear on two wheels. What's going on there? I mean, aside from the fact it must be incredibly uncomfortable in this heat.
No, I mean, I've got a passion for bikes, always had. Before I started rallying, it was off-road bikes, so it was trials and then scrambles or motocross, it's called, and the odd track day. So I met Tom Dermody that owns this amazing collection through rallying, and we were chatting about bikes, and he said, "Do you want to come along and ride?" I said, "I'm definitely in there," so it's a great opportunity.
Well, the RC1, the SP1, it is a 2001 model, and I think this is the year that Honda won the World Superbike Championship. Is that right?
Yeah, well, this bike here was World Endurance, so still Superbike SP1. It run, I think this one was the 8-hour something somewhere. Very good bike. I'm not that clued up in the exact details, but I mean, it's an awesome bike to ride. For me, I just said, look, give me something that's tame, but fast and makes me look good. And they said, this is the bike, and it's a lovely bike to ride.
So it is a big beast of a machine. I guess, what would separate this from some of the other bikes that you ride?
But mainly I ride off-road, so it's completely different. But I think, I've not done a lot. The last time I would be doing track days would be in Scotland, 20 years ago, which would be a similar aged bike, the Yamaha R1 or stuff. So at the moment with me now, it's mainly off-road. So I used to use that when we were even doing WRC. Used to train a lot on the motocross track for fitness. I've not got the greatest span of attention to go to the gym or go running, but give me a bike, I'm more than happy. So completely different, but great fun. Getting a bit of lean angle on and getting the knee nearly to the tarmac, but maybe not quite, and hopefully not the shoulder.
How is it out there? How's the track surface?
Yeah, really good. It's obviously extremely warm, so they're putting the tyre warms on because they don't want us out there in cold tyres, but it's a great event to get out and ride part of what was the Grand Prix circuit.
And mate, you were talking earlier about your son Max. We had a chat about him off camera, and your father Jimmy. Obviously, you come from it's a dynasty, really, the McRaes, and your late brother Colin. Mate, what's the story with your dad? Is he sitting back now and giving some fatherly advice and watching you ease your way into retirement? Is that what's going on?
No, he's laughing at me because I'm at the stage he was 30 years ago when he was paying for Colin. I am now paying for Max. So he's enjoying his grandson driving, knowing that I'm having to find the money for him. So, but it's great. Max is doing a good job. He's in Europe, been in Europe the last 2 years. Finished third in the Junior European Championship last year. So he's moving up to the top category this year in Europe. So it's exciting times, good fun.
Excellent time to be a McRae in motorsport. And do we see Max sticking to what he's doing on 4 wheels, or maybe jumping on 2 wheels with Dad every now and again? What's the story?
No, he's definitely 4 wheels. He started off in go-kart in Perth and WA, and then did 1 year of racing, but it was basically just that was filling time till he got his licence. Once he got his licence, it was rallying, and he rides bikes, but he doesn't have the same love of it that I do, so which is probably a good thing.
We're seeing some incredible prices for Subarus, 22Bs and things these days. What do you make of that? These cars, they really do have legendary status, and we just saw one sell in Australia for 265,000 Australian dollars, which is a lot of money, down on one that we saw sell for 400,000 12 months or so ago. What do you make of the mystique, I suppose, around that particular car?
I mean, I think you still go to events. Up until kind of 5 years ago, I was doing stuff in New Zealand with the World Rally Car, which was the 22B, and it's a car that was iconic then, but it has actually aged very, very well. It must be like a nice wine. I think it still looks good even against a modern car, and obviously they didn't build that many of them, and I think that's the car that you talk rallying and Subaru, that is the car. So. The value stays up there. I just wish I'd kept a couple.
I would have thought, that was my next question, I would have thought you had a couple stashed away. At least Subaru should have sorted you out there, I would have thought, but...
Yeah, no, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not.
What do you have in the garage at home? You got anything interesting stashed away that you like to tinker with?
No, back in Scotland, we've still got, there's Collins Championship winning car, there's Sierra, that Groupie Cosworth, that all myself, my dad and Collins driven. So I made a few Collins cars back in Scotland, but I don't have anything out in Australia.
Fantastic. Well, look, mate, thanks very much for speaking with us today. Really great to talk to you, Alistair, and all the best for the rest of the weekend, and don't get too sideways on 2 wheels.
No, just try and keep it reasonably straight. Cheers, thank you.
Well, there you go, guys. That's Alistair McRae, and great to hear what he's up to, and pretty amazing to have one of Collins' championship winning Subarus back in the garage in Scotland. That's pretty cool.
It's a nice machine to have.
Yeah, 100%, and be very valuable too, I'd imagine. We've got the big Bathurst breakfast coming up. Don't forget that. Jump on, grab your tickets. We're supporting the MS Society. We're going to do our best to raise some cash for those guys. And thanks very much to all our sponsors.
Thanks to our sponsors. Bowden's Own. Kodiak, the world's best cool boxes, and
Muscle Car Stables, and Shannon's.
Yeah.
All right, I've wanted to do that all day. But guys, thanks very much. Like and subscribe, please, and check us out on retrorides.com.au, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok these days.
TikToking.
Yeah, TikTok. So have a good day. We'll see you later.
retrorides.com.au. All your favourite classic, collector and performance rides in one place. Buy, sell and watch your dream car today.